Guys, this is Chelsea. I am currently at IMEA right now. I hope you guys are having a good time. So what I'm going to be talking about is a small or brief timeline of different openings and closings of the Secret Museum or Secret Cabinet. The Secret Cabinet, born officially in 1821, is currently located at the National Archaeological Museum of Naples. The discovery of such items in Pompeii and Herculaneum of many objects related to sexuality aroused surprise by many architects, who had considered the two cities of peaceful towns. The collection is part of a trend which has existed since the Renaissance, one of the collections of antiquities being considered, quote, obscene, end quote. At first it was the object of study by many members of the scientific community in the 18th century. No one really thought of it until the Bourbons, who were the currently heads of the country. The Bourbons decided to form a specific collection of Prepia, which were a collection of 95 poems to the phallic god Priapus, which was closed to the public because of the unflattering comments that some of the travelers on their grand tour, which was a tour that young men would go on to gain experience from being, quote, by himself. They would learn about art, music, and gain a sense of the world at that time. It was also a rite of passage for most younger men of wealth. It was in particular at the suggestion, more of a demand, of Francis I visiting the Royal Bourbon Museum with his wife and young daughter in 1819, who sought to make the entire collection separate or off limits, accessible only to mature men of proven morality and wealth, including at the first only antiquities and later also modern works submitted to censorship. Example, placing fig leaves over penises or cutting off some of the penises. Most of the collection was then taken into hiding. Only some of the contents were able to be seen by men with moral and wealth. Paintings were supposedly covered with metal coverings, and someone could pay money or bribe the curator to see some of the paintings behind the metal. With the arrival of Garibaldi at the end of the Bourbon Kingdom in 1860, the collection was open to all, including the clergy and women, who until then had not had the chance to view it. During the fascist period, the collection was completely closed to the public. It will be remained closed to the public until 1967 to be able to visit again, but only for a few years. It was closed for restoration, and for the need to find adequate accommodation, the Secret Cabinet was reopened definitively in April of 2000 and moved to its own separate gallery in 2005, where it is today, where anyone is able to see the collection. Ta-da!